I'm nervous. It's my first video. Let's go. This video is going to be about the elder tree, also known as Sambucus nigra, historically known as nature's medicine chest. And here I'll be tapping into some of the reasons why through the medicinal benefits, as well as ways that you can add it to your own medicine chest, perhaps through my Elderflower tea infusion I do have sitting here in this cup. So stay tuned at the end of the video for that. I am so excited to title this week 1 of my 16 weeks of herb series. Each week I'm going to choose one herb to spotlight. I will spend that entire week going over the herb's foundations, cultural aspects, uses, and lots of other thrilling details about that herb. This video is not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness. This is all through my own research, hands-on experience, and knowledge passed down through mentors and experts. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Thank you. Before we get into the content, I'm going to invite you all to join me in grabbing your favorite sip, your favorite smoke, or both, and get comfortable. As I did previously mention, I do have my elder tea infusion here, which I have been keeping pretty close since it is springtime. Now that we're all comfortable, let's get into it. The elder tree is native to Europe, but it also grows in the warmer parts of North Africa, Asia, and North America. The tree itself can grow up to 10 meters high with gorgeous light brown and gray bark, dark green oval leaves, and fragrant cream white flowers, which will develop into bluish black elderberries. Historically, and even today, we use most parts of the tree for medicinal health, parts such as the flowering tops, berries, even the leaves and bark. Although the leaves and bark are a little bit more on the toxic side and should be used with caution. I'll get more into detail on that a little bit later. Now let's get into one of my favorite and one of the most important constituents of herbs. This is going to be my Ethnobotany section. Ethnobotany is the study of how people of a particular culture and region make use of indigenous or native plants. The elder tree has a captivating history intertwined with deities, music, warfare, sailing, and even liquor. Let's embark on a journey through time as we explore the multifaceted applications of this remarkable plant. The elder has one of the most extensive folklore attached to it, more than most other European plants, rivaling even the mythical mandrake plant. In Ireland, the elder tree was considered sacred, with some referring to it as a fairy bush. Its twigs were hung to ward off evil, and the clay from around its roots was believed to cure toothache. Similar traditions were observed in England, where the tree was seen as a relief against rheumatism, and even associated with protecting the dead from witches and evil spirits. It's even stated by the Wiccan Rede, "Elder is the lady's tree, burn it not, or cursed ye be." European and British farmers would not cut down elder trees in fear of arousing the anger of the elder mother. In England and Russia, the elder was used to ward off evil spirits, witches, and even the devil himself through rituals, tying knots of the branches, and even planted close to home for protection. Dried leaves and the bark were also tossed into graves and made into crosses to protect the deceased souls. England's adaptation was not always this sinister. Over time, the true intention of the tree was lost. The elder tree has been associated with major and minor deities since ancient times. It's fascinating to think that these trees were believed to be inhabited by spirits, like Frau Hall from the Grimm's German fairy tale, or as previously mentioned, the Elder Mother. Renowned Dutch physician Herman Boerhaave even showed his respect for the elder tree by doffing his hat whenever he passed by one. The reverence for the elder tree wasn't confined to Russia and England alone. Teutonic folklore, including Dutch beliefs, highlighted the sacred nature of the elder tree. People would even offer prayers while trimming its branches. The belief in the elder tree's mystical qualities extends even further. From places like Ireland to Asia, the elder tree is woven into religious and cultural beliefs. The German brothers Grimm and Danish author Hans Christian Andersen documented these connections in their famous tales. Native American tribes such as the Cowela and Miwok tribes were known for using the plant for infections, coughs, skin conditions, and as a pain reliever. Historical records mention its leaves being used as a poultice to relieve pain and promote healing. Even the ancient Egyptians used elderflowers to enhance their complexion and heal burns. Throughout other cultures and world regions such as paganism, Africa, Asia, Russia, Europe, Poland, Italy, and so many more, elder has been considered a blessing from the Earth Mother and treated in the highest respect for its healing abilities. Beyond their divine connections, the elder tree has been utilized in various secular ways throughout history. In fact, Sambucus has been associated with not just one, but 5 distinct entities, all based on the elder's Latin name. Firstly, known as sambuca, which is a centuries-old musical instrument. From ancient times, shepherds believed that a more resonant war trumpet could be crafted from the elder tree if it was cut down in a place where it couldn't hear the roosters crowing. Next, let's set sail with the sambuk, which refers to a sailing vessel. Yes, the elder tree played a role in shipbuilding too. Ancient mariners believed that the wood of the elder tree possessed unique properties that made it ideal for constructing their seafaring vessels. Now let's shift our focus to the battlefield. The elder tree lent its name to a military structure known as the sambuca, a siege tower used in ancient warfare. This shows how deeply rooted the elder tree is in human history and ingenuity. Let's raise a glass to the sambuca once again, but this time we're talking about the delightful liquor that shares its Latin name. This aromatic liquor boasts a rich history that originated in ancient monasteries for sacred ceremonies. Its flowers and berries have been used in the production of various drinks, including the famous liqueur, Sambuca. Last but not least, we come full circle to the plant itself. The elder tree has been revered in numerous cultures worldwide. Its significance can be seen in religious beliefs spanning from Europe and Asia to the Americas. In many societies, the elder tree is associated with deities and spirits, believed to inhabit these majestic plants. In today's world, we find the elder tree making its mark in modern applications. Its berries are used to create delicious and nutritious jams, jellies, and syrups. The elderflower extract is found in skincare products for its rejuvenating properties. This versatile tree continues to enrich our lives in many ways as it once had for our ancestors. Now you may be wondering about the historical medicinal uses of the elder tree. Well, the first known reference to its medical use dates back to the Everest Papyrus, an ancient Egyptian medical text from around 1550 BCE. Elderberry was included in a recipe to treat malaria, a condition categorized by excessive urination. And let's not forget Hippocrates, the father of medicine himself, who lived between 460 BC and 370 BC. He incorporated the elder tree, referred to as the actus, into his medical recipes. From treating ulcers to relieving pain, and even addressing strangury, the elder tree played a vital role in ancient medical remedies. So the elder tree's significance doesn't stop at mythology and folklore. This amazing plant has practical uses as well. The berries, leaves, and flowers of the elder tree have been used for centuries in traditional medicine. They are known for their immune-boosting properties and are rich in antioxidants. By now, I'm sure that you want to try this herb for yourself, whether it be to prove me and history wrong, or because you want to try out the magic for yourself. And I know I did promise to demonstrate the elderflower tea infusion, and I will be doing that at the end of the video. But first, I do want to highlight a few of the key beneficial actions of the elder tree. Known for being antiviral and anti-inflammatory, and has been used historically for relieving upper respiratory infections, such as the common cold, flu, influenza, bacterial sinusitis, and bronchitis. Studies have shown that it reduces hemagglutination of red blood cells and inhibits viral replication. This makes it an excellent natural remedy for boosting your immune system. This also inhibits the spread of many viral infections, so it's a great fast-acting herb to use when you start feeling symptoms of any kind. It can help modulate inflammatory cytokines such as IL-1 and TNF-alpha, and increase human basophil secretion and histamine production. These qualities make it a valuable asset in relieving inflammation-related ailments. Additionally, it can stimulate sweating, which is beneficial for fever reduction. Many cultures, such as Germany, Poland, and Italy, gathered the plant for use in food and drinks, especially the elderflowers and berries, for their diuretic and laxative properties, aiding in the removal of toxins from the body. Some of my favorite things about elder is its fantastic anti-proliferative effect. So it fights against dangerous cells in our body, as well as the magical antioxidant action it triggers due to its rich flavonoids. As you can see, there is a multitude of ailments that this tree and its components are used for. But just like any herb, you always have to be aware of the precautions and the contraindications that come from the herb when you do ingest them. Sambucus is a cyanogenic glycoside chemical compound that's found in the bark, leaves, seeds, and raw or unripe fruit of the elder tree, making them potentially toxic, as the compound can cause cyanide poisoning. Berries and flowers, however, are safe for consumption in appropriate amounts, as long as hydrogen cyanide levels are below 25 ppm. Cyanide poisoning includes vomiting, nausea, and can be quite detrimental to your organs as it stops your cells from using oxygen and they die. It's crucial to cook these parts of the elder sufficiently to prevent the risk of nausea, vomiting, or cyanide toxicity, especially for individuals with cardiovascular disease. Please note that certain medications and conditions may interact with parts of the elder tree. It's important to exercise caution if you're taking blood pressure medications, undergoing chemotherapy, have CNS disorders, diabetes, or are taking anti-diabetic agents. Always consult a healthcare professional before incorporating the elder into your regimen. Alright, now that the scary stuff is out of the way, let's get into what I've been teasing since the beginning of this video, my elderflower tea recipe. We'll start with 15 grams of dried mullein, 15 grams of dried elderflowers, and 15 grams of dried catnip. Now these measurements, they aren't exact because I usually just grab handfuls and pinches, but I tried to weigh them out for you all to make it a little easier to demonstrate. First, we measure all of the herbs into your method of transport. I've got my cute little herb infuser ball, but you can use whatever you've got. You even can just throw the loose leaf herbs right into the bottom of the cup if you need to. Just make sure you have a strainer of some kind if you don't want to eat the plants after infusing. Then pour it in your boiling water and make sure the herbs are completely submerged. Now we're going to infuse the water with the herbs for about 10 to 15 minutes, covered, and then we can enjoy. The elderflowers to me have a really fresh and fruity taste, slightly floral for sure, but also with interesting undertones of pear or lychee. I love mixing other herbs with the elderflower to really enhance the flavor profiles, as well as the plant's actions to maximize its effectiveness, which is why in this recipe I included catnip and mullein. Mullein is what started me down this herbal journey, and it has little to no taste at all, and it's mega fluffy. But its medicinal properties are out of this world, as it relieves the congestion and respiratory illness. Catnip has just a lovely, pleasant taste and a gentle diaphoretic action, meaning it relieves tension and heat from the core of the body out to the surface. Alright friends, well thanks so much for sticking around for week 1 of my 16 Weeks of Herbs series. If any of this resonated with you, or if you did find any meaningful insight about this wonderful plant, please like, share, subscribe for more, and comment below what you'd like to see in the series. Other than that, I will see you next time.